What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about the Patriots' recent hire here to the coaching staff, as they are doing really a complete 360 of this coaching staff, which is exactly what they needed to do this offseason. This was, to me, the biggest priority. The biggest priority for this team was not going to be personnel, but it was really to look from the bottom up to figure out what this coaching staff needs, all the way from an offensive coordinator to the offensive line to a quarterback's coach to assistant coaches. The Patriots' issues last year really did come down to coaching issues, and I'm really happy to see that straight off the bat, as soon as they were eliminated from making the playoffs there in Week 18 against Buffalo, that right away they decided that they were going to flip to the script, look at what went wrong, and make it right. And they're continuing to do so here as the New England Patriots are hiring Oregon's Adrian Klemm to their coaching staff. Now, right now, we do not currently know what that position is going to be. Nothing is confirmed, but it is presumably that he is going to become the Patriots' offensive line coach. This current moment, we don't have a true set offensive line coach. That's an area in which the Patriots do need to upgrade at coaching-wise. Matt Patricia did work with it slightly last year. It was a train wreck all the way from guards to tackles to even continuity along the offensive line. The Patriots need a real guy in there, and they haven't exactly had that, I would say, since Dante Scarnecchia. There's been some guys kind of coming in and out. There's been guys working together throughout the Patriots offensive line. Obviously, Matt Patricia taking over those reins last year, guys coming in and out of the building. But with the issues that the Patriots offensive line has had really over the last 2 seasons, the Patriots need a guy that can come in here and just solidify what we have. Now, Adrian Klemm was actually a guy that, if you guys follow this channel, which if you're not, make sure you guys hit subscribe for all of your New England Patriots news and even some other NFL news that we will touch upon in free agency and the draft. So all that great stuff involving the NFL will be here on this channel. So again, make sure you hit subscribe and of course hit that bell notification so you get notified as soon as I post a video, because guys, it's the offseason. Patriots are making signings, they're making trades, and I will update you as soon as those happen, and you don't want to miss out. But again, if you follow the channel, you would know that Adrian Klemm is the guy the Patriots met with to potentially be their offensive coordinator. They met with a bunch of different guys. Klemm was one of those. Obviously, Bill O'Brien comes in. He becomes their offensive coordinator. Klemm doesn't get it, and it was said that, the Patriots actually interviewed him twice to be their potential offensive line coach, but he ended up going back to Oregon. Things didn't work out. That was the latest report that we heard about Adrian Klemm and the Patriots. And then all of a sudden, we hear that Adrian Klemm is now signing with the Patriots. So basically, that timeline went from Adrian Klemm being brought in to be potential offensive coordinator, doesn't get the job as Bill O'Brien gets hired, gets brought in twice to potentially be our offensive line coach. Then we hear reports coming out that he's staying at Oregon, doesn't look like the Patriots gave him that job. And then about a week later, we hear that the Patriots are officially signing him to, again, no official title at this current moment. Now, I didn't exactly like Klemm as the Patriots offensive coordinator. That wasn't exactly an area that I felt comfortable with him being in. I don't think he's proven enough to be the Patriots offensive coordinator. I think they needed a real guy in there, and Bill O'Brien obviously is the perfect guy for that job. But if he's going to come in and teach the Patriots offensive line, then I'm actually very, very confident in that. I like that idea. And even if he's an assistant or he's working elsewhere, he has a lot of experience that I like what his coaching style can bring to the Patriots. Because not only was he the offensive line coach over at Oregon, but he had a lot of other titles also. He was their associate head coach, their run game coordinator, and their offensive line coach. So he had a lot of priorities there, which is even essentially why the Patriots brought him in as a potential offensive coordinator candidate in the first place. And I really like that he has that run game coordinator title with him also, because that is just going to help the Patriots run game out a lot more, because it's no secret the Patriots have always had a dominant run game, and they are someone who relies on that run game year in and year out. But last year, it did fall off a little bit, especially for a team that with their passing game is very questionable and suspect at times. They have to rely on a consistent run game. And again, with it being questionable last year, Adrian Klemm can come in, whether he's working with the offensive line or whatnot, and really staple that run game. Now, at the end of the day, how did the Patriots get him here? Again, we don't know that official title, but I highly doubt that it is going to be associate head coach, run game coordinator, and offensive line coach. But like I said, money talks. He was expected to make about $850,000 at Oregon this year. He's expected to make what is reported by Albert Breer over $1 million with the Patriots this upcoming season. So like I said, money talks, and the Patriots said, you know what? We want you here. You might not have been our offensive coordinator. He may or may not be the official offensive line coach, but you know what? We'll give you a massive salary bump if you come here and coach for us. And clearly, he said yes. Now, like I said, something Bill Belichick is really trying to do with his coaching staff is bring in guys that are within the Bill Belichick family tree. And what I mean by that is they played for Belichick at one point. They coached here at one point. They're familiar with each other one way or another, because we all know Belichick likes to promote from the bottom up, but we've been poached from for so many years now that there's no one who's ready to be promoted from the bottom up. So Belichick has had to do something else, which is look within his family tree and bring guys in that he's familiar with, guys that are familiar with him. And this is exactly what he's doing with Klemm, as Klemm was a former second-round pick by Bill Belichick in 2000. Also, interestingly enough, Klemm was the New England Patriots' first draft selection under Bill Belichick being the team's head coach. Now, he spent 5 seasons in New England as an offensive lineman, mostly served as a backup for the Pats throughout those 5 seasons, and then he did spend 1 year in Green Bay. His NFL tenure did not last very long, as ultimately he ended up wanting to quit the NFL, going on to become a coach, and that's where he's found his most success so far. And like I said, his coaching tenure has lasted a very long time. He actually left for UCLA in 2012. He worked there as a run game coordinator, O-line coach, and eventually an associate head coach. In 2019, he actually returned to the NFL, but not as a player. He returned as an assistant offensive line coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, at the end of the 2019 season, PFF actually ranked the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line in the top 10. They ranked them 9th, and then actually ranked the Patriots just after them with 10th overall. Now, in 2019, the Steelers did deal with a lot of injuries, whether that was to the receivers, their quarterback, their running back, but their offensive line did still pair up pretty well. It didn't perform as well as it did the previous year, but again, you do have to look at injuries in that case. But it did perform as a top unit in the NFL, according to PFF, in pass protection, which is an issue that the Patriots had with their offensive line in 2022. And if they can keep Mac Jones upright, relieve him of some pressure, give him some more time in the pocket, then he's going to make more plays. Mac Jones has over 100 passer rating in a clean pocket and is below a 50 passer rating when it's a non-clean pocket. But in 2019, or at the end of 2019, the Pittsburgh Steelers put up a pass blocking grade of 81.6, which trailed only the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. Now, let's also keep in mind, though, that while he did work with the offensive line in 2019, he wasn't the main coach. Again, he was an assistant offensive line coach for Pittsburgh for 2 seasons. After 2 seasons, though, he was promoted to a full-time offensive line coach for Pittsburgh. But unfortunately, he did not last even a full year with the Pittsburgh Steelers as their offensive line coach. He was actually granted an exit by the Pittsburgh Steelers in order to join in December Oregon's staff under their new incoming head coach. And essentially, after just 1 year with Oregon, the Patriots are now bringing back Klemm to essentially coach again at the pro level. Now, the Patriots have interviewed a few different offensive line candidates, especially at the East-West Shrine Bowl. They were bringing in a couple of guys, one of those guys being a former Super Bowl champion for the team. But all signs are pointing towards Adrian Klemm being that offensive line coach. That's really the next step for the Patriots after they got their offensive coordinator in Bill O'Brien. The next step would really be offensive line coach and quarterbacks coach, although the Patriots might just say Bill O'Brien's going to not just be the offensive coordinator, but also the quarterbacks coach. So again, no official word on his role, and we might honestly not know until summer, just before training camp starts. But if we do get any update, you guys already know that I will keep you updated with everything. But what are your guys' thoughts on Adrian Klemm coming in, joining the Patriots staff again, not in any official role, but what is presumably going to come in and be the Patriots' new O-line coach? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching, and don't forget, go Pats.